Okay, so you've got that appointment coming up at Astoria Dental Group.
Right.
And you sent over like a whole stack of stuff for us to go through.
It's quite the welcome package.
Yeah, it's not just like a little appointment reminder card or anything.
Oh, no.
This is like...
They're serious about their information.
A full-on welcome packet. Like bursting with info.
It is. It's like they want you to be informed.
Yes.
Which is interesting, right?
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Well,
I think
it speaks to their sort of philosophy of patient education, which we can dig into.
Yeah.
Because they actually dedicate a whole section to that.
Yeah, let's get to that.
In what they've sent.
Okay.
But it is fascinating because it's not what you typically expect. Right.
Like this reminds me more of like
it's very
Dental Care 101 meets like a high-tech spa brochure.
Exactly. It's like they're trying to change the game.
So like, yeah, is this a dentist or a spa? Yeah. I'm into it.
Yeah. DVD players during treatment? What?
Sign me up. Like this is not the dentist office I grew up dreading, you know?
No, not at all.
So I think that's part of what we have to figure out here. Like,
okay,
what is it about Astoria Dental Group that's so different?
I think that's a great place to start.
Yeah.
And I would say just from the get-go, just looking at all of this material, this whole emphasis on patient comfort and anxiety management, that really seems to be...
Which makes sense.
A differentiator for them.
Because a lot of people don't go to the dentist.
Oh, I'm one of them, yes.
Because they're afraid. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you end up with bigger problems because you put it off.
Exactly. You avoid it until it becomes unavoidable.
Right. And more expensive, probably.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So if they can get you in the door by making you feel comfortable.
Exactly. And more relaxed, I mean, that's half the battle, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm already feeling more relaxed just hearing about those massage chairs.
Right. Exactly.
Like, sign me up.
But let's go back to the patient education thing.
Okay, yeah.
Because they have, like...
They dedicate, like, a whole chapter to their philosophy.
Yes.
And it's all about empowering the patient.
Right. Like, you're part of the process.
You're not just, like, a mouth to be worked on.
Right. Yeah, you're a human with thoughts and feelings. Exactly. And they want you to understand your oral health and be able to make informed decisions about your own treatment.
Which makes sense because a lot of times, at least for me, I go to the dentist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just fix it.
Just tell me what to do.
Right. I don't want to know the details.
Exactly.
But they're saying, no. We want you to understand.
Be a part of this.
We want you to be a participant in your own health.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that builds trust, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. That transparency.
Yeah. It makes you feel like they're not hiding anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're not just...
Like they're being upfront about everything.
Upfront about their prices. Yeah. Upfront about...
Yeah. And speaking of upfront... This is what I thought was really cool.
Is they have
what is it?
Their own dental lab.
On site. Yes.
Which like blew my mind a little bit.
It's unusual, right? Because I feel like
you don't see that everywhere.
No, you always think of them like
sending it out
and you're waiting for weeks.
Exactly, yeah.
And they're like, "Nope. We make crowns here.
We do it all here.
We make dentures here. We do it all."
You need a bridge. We got you.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
Like, what is the advantage of that?
I mean, for you, the patient, it's all about a streamlined experience.
Okay.
Right? Like, you don't have to wait for something to be sent to a lab and come back.
Right.
They can do a lot of the work right there on the spot, adjustments, everything.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, think about the convenience factor there. Okay, so it's like less back and forth.
Exactly.
Fewer appointments, probably.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what you're having done.
But even just the time, like...
Oh, waiting time.
You don't have to wait weeks to get something back.
Exactly.
Okay. And then speaking of things that I found really interesting in this packet...
Okay.
Their use of technology kind of blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you remember those, like, gooey molds they used to use for impressions?
Ugh, don't remind me.
Right.
I can still feel it.
So gross. So unpleasant.
The worst.
Well, they're like, nope, we're digital now, baby.
Digital impressions all the way.
They use this, like, special scanner now.
It's so much better.
Okay.
It's more comfortable.
More comfortable, more accurate, they said.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like,
it's amazing how far technology has come.
It's wild.
Just in dentistry alone.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It is. It's a perfect example of how they're using technology to, like, actually improve your experience, you know?
Totally.
And it's not just, oh, this is like a cool, fun gadget.
It's not a gimmick.
It actually leads to a better result.
Okay.
So a digital impression is going to be more accurate than like the gooey mold.
Right.
Which means a better fitting crown for you, a better fitting denture.
That makes sense.
Less adjustments down the road.
So it's better for everybody.
It's win-win.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of technology.
Yes.
They have this thing.
Okay.
I'd never heard of it before called diagnodent.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of this?
I have.
Okay. What is this?
So, I mean, essentially it uses lasers to find cavities before they're even visible on like an X-ray.
Get out of here. Lasers in my mouth. I'm listening.
Yeah, so it's like next level preventative care, right?
Yeah.
Because imagine, being able to catch a cavity when it's like super tiny and easily treatable as opposed to waiting until, you've got like a huge...
Right, it's like a whole thing.
A whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really what that's what this technology allows them to do.
So they're like preventing things.
Yeah, they're not just fixing problems.
Right, interesting.
They're helping you avoid them in the first place.
I like that approach.
Yeah, it's a good approach.
Okay.
What else?
And then they have, it's more common, I think.
There's intraoral cameras.
Oh, yeah, where they take, like, the close-up pictures.
Yes. Little pictures of your teeth.
Exactly.
Why is that helpful? Because I always feel like it's kind of interesting to look at.
It's cool, right.
But I'm like, I don't really know what I'm looking at.
Right. Well, that's kind of the point, is they can show you.
Yeah.
Right? And give you that visual, so you can actually see what they're seeing.
Okay.
Which can be really helpful in understanding, like, why a particular treatment might be recommended.
Okay.
Or, what's going on in your mouth.
It's like a window
to
your own mouth.
Which you don't normally have.
No, exactly. Usually it's like, oh, there's a mirror there, but I don't.
Right. You can't really see.
It's hard to see back there. You need like 3 hands to hold the mirror.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And the light.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think it's a great tool for patient education, which we talked about.
Totally. And I feel like it makes you, more involved instead of just like a passive recipient of of dental care.
Dental poking.
Right. Right.
Okay. So we've talked about the patient education. We've talked about the technology.
Right.
All very impressive. But I have to admit, I'm thinking in my head.
Okay.
All this technology is great.
Yeah.
But are the dentists, are they tech-savvy clinicians? Or do they just have, a really great IT department?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
Are they up on all this stuff? Well, I think they've thought of that, too, because they actually go into detail about their 2 main dentists, Dr. Clifford Daigle and Dr. Carmen Everydale.
Okay.
And, their bios are pretty impressive.
Okay, so they're the real deal.
They're the real deal. They've got, tons of experience.
Okay.
But I think what's really striking is their dedication to continuing education. Oh. They both have gone above and beyond to, stay at the forefront of their field.
So they're not just, resting on their laurels.
No, not at all.
They got their degree however many years ago and that's it.
Exactly.
They're like, nope, there's always something new to learn.
Always learning, always, going to conferences, taking courses.
Okay, I like that.
And they've actually pursued additional training in a variety of specialties.
Okay, what does that mean?
So, they're not just general dentists.
Okay.
They have expertise in specific areas, too.
So they could handle, more complicated cases.
Exactly. Yeah. If you need, a specialist, chances are one of them might be able to handle it.
That's super convenient.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
Exactly. Yeah. And that just speaks to their commitment to providing a really high level of care.
Okay. So they're not just leaning on the technology to do all the work for them.
Exactly.
They're
they've got the skills.
They have the experience. They got the knowledge.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
So we've got cutting edge technology. Yes. We've got experienced clinicians.
Highly skilled.
Who are continuing to learn.
Absolutely.
What else? What else did I find in this packet?
Well, let's see.
Let me look.
They've clearly put a lot of thought into creating.
Oh, here's the other thing I was very interested in.
Okay, tell me more.
Is how they handle because I think we all know going to the dentist.
Not always the most fun experience.
Can be a little stressful.
To say the least.
Right, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I get a little anxious.
Oh, me too.
In the chair.
Who makes that sound? That drill sound.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And just the whole
yeah, it's a very
people in your mouth thing.
Intimate.
It's a little weird.
It's a little strange, right?
Yeah.
But it seems like they put a lot of thought into
They address that head on, the comfort aspect of this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they offer a range of options to kind of help you relax and feel more at ease.
Okay. Like what?
So we talked about the massage chairs.
Yes. Love those.
Big fan.
Big fan.
But they also offer things like nitrous oxide.
Oh.
If you need to take the edge off a little bit.
Right.
They even have IV sedation.
Wow.
For, people who have more severe anxiety or...
Okay. For more, intense procedures, maybe?
Exactly. Yeah. So they really try to cater to a variety of different needs.
They've thought of everything.
Mm. It seems like
it makes you comfortable.
Yeah, they really have.
Okay.
They want you to have a good experience.
I will say, going through this whole packet, I'm kind of almost looking forward to my next dentist appointment.
Really?
Which I never thought I would say.
That's a testament to, I think, how they've really tried to change the game here.
I'm it doesn't sound unpleasant.
Right.
It sounds kind of dare I say, nice.
Yeah, like a spa day, almost.
Almost, right.
Yeah, but for your teeth.
Right, exactly. But it's not just about the fancy technology and the creature comforts.
What else? What else caught your eye?
This is something that I thought was really kind of a nice touch.
Okay.
They included a whole chapter.
Oh, yes.
Of patient stories.
And testimonials.
Yeah. Tell me, what's the deal with that?
So... I was really interested in this too because
it's not just oh look, my teeth are straighter now. Although I mean there's some of that.
They've got the before and after pictures, which
always compelling.
They are enticing.
Yeah.
But it goes deeper than that. They've actually interviewed these patients and they're sharing how a healthier smile has actually impacted their lives.
What kind of impact are we talking about?
We're talking greater confidence.
Okay.
Better job interviews.
Oh wow.
Even just feeling more comfortable in social situations.
Okay, so it's
yeah, it's really interesting.
It's affecting all areas of their life.
Exactly, and I think it highlights...
Not just their teeth.
Yeah, it's not just a cosmetic thing.
Right, exactly. Okay.
It really is about overall well-being
and
that connection between oral health and just feeling good about yourself.
Right, so they're kind of approaching it from
This is a holistic approach.
A holistic perspective. Your mouth affects everything.
Your mouth is connected to your whole body.
Right, it's not just this isolated thing.
Exactly.
Which I kind of appreciate.
Yeah, I think it's smart.
Because I think we often think of dentistry as
very isolated.
Very separate.
Just fix my tooth and I'll be on my way.
Right, exactly. But they're no. This is all connected.
This is part of your overall health.
Right. And I think, isn't that what we all want from any healthcare provider?
Yeah.
Is to feel like a whole person
100%
being treated.
Yeah. You're heard, you're understood.
Yes.
And that they,
You're not just a number.
Exactly. They're not just treating the symptom, they're treating the whole person.
Right, exactly.
And I think Astoria Dental Group gets that.
Okay.
They're not just treating teeth, they're treating people.
Yeah, I like that.
Which I think it's a good approach.
Okay, so we've gone through all this material.
We've done a deep dive here.
We've done a deep dive. We've learned a lot about Astoria Dental Group.
We have.
But the real question is...
What
does all of this mean?
Yeah.
For you.
For you listening, yeah.
The listener at home.
Exactly.
What's a takeaway here?
Right. What stands out to you the most from all of this?
I think, for me, the biggest thing is the focus on patient education.
Okay.
I really appreciate that they're not just, assuming you know everything.
We're the experts. Just trust us.
Right. Exactly. They're no. We want you to understand.
Or we're going to explain everything.
They're going to show you the pictures. We're going to answer your questions.
Ask all the questions you want.
We want you to be a participant.
We want you to be informed.
Yes. And I think that level of transparency and communication.
It builds trust.
Is huge. Yes.
Absolutely.
And it makes you feel like you're both on the same team.
Right. You're working together.
It's not
it's a partnership.
Yes. It's not me versus the dentist.
Exactly.
It's you're both
working towards the same goal.
I like that.
Yeah.
So as you're getting ready for your appointment.
Yes.
At Astoria Dental Group.
Yeah.
Think about what are your questions?
What do you want to know?
What are you nervous about?
Exactly.
So bring it all.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. Because they
welcome that.
Want you to be informed.
They do.
This has really changed my perspective on what a dental experience can be.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for you.
Me too.
Going into this appointment.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, report back.
This is This is exciting stuff.
It is. Who knew we'd be excited about going to the dentist?
I know, right?
What a world.
What a world.